You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. All right, folks, some breaking news out of Georgia. The man who recorded the fatal moments, the final fatal moments of Ahmaud Arbery, he is now under arrest. He is under arrest for murder. Just moments ago, it was announced that he was arrested. We are pulling it up as we speak. Of course, remember previously the two individuals were arrested, and that is George McMichael and Travis McMichael. Well, you might remember there was a third person who was involved in this pursuit of Ahmaud Arbery as they were coming down the street. And so this man, he is William Roddie Bryan. He is now in custody in Georgia for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. I want to go to my panel right now. We have Erica Savage Wilson, host of Savage Politics Podcast, Reese Colbert, Black Women's Views. First, I want to go to you, Erica. Just your thoughts on this breaking news. The third man involved now arrested for murder.
Yeah, hi, Roland. It was inevitable. And I'm very glad that because the more that we have learned about this story, unfortunately, it does seem that this video was a video that was passed around different community members. We saw a post not long ago about the sister who also made sure that that video went around to different circles of people. And so really the horrors of that day, to have a life of its own, to live and breathe in a community that truly does have no respect for Black life, to see that the advocacy by grassroots organizations, by digital online groups, and for programs like this, not only put the pressure on for some level of justice to be remedied in the short term, but then also continue to ask the question, well, who was recording the video? How was that person involved? It was really Black media and Black people largely in social media spaces that really did bring something that tragically took place in February up to speed, where now we're seeing a third arrest here in late May.
Reese?
Oh, yeah, I think this is really great news. We saw that obviously he's very much a part of this chase, how they hunted Ahmaud Arbery down. I saw a reenactment of the way that this whole interaction happened, and he was physically blocking Ahmaud Arbery with his truck as well. And so absolutely he deserves to be arrested for murder. He's a co-conspirator. I'm relieved that there wasn't some sort of deal made where he kind of turned on the other people so that he escapes accountability, because he is just as culpable for the murder and slaying of Ahmaud Arbery as the McMichaels are.
The thing here, first of all, it took a long time for him to be arrested. We also now know that it was Gregory McMichael who leaked the video, thinking that it was actually going to help him and his son get off. But it was that video that actually led to their arrest, and now the arrest of this third person. I think also we showed that New York Times video that they put together that reconstructed what took place, and what you really found was about a 4-minute, about a 12-minute scene where they were chasing him. Well, they were literally chasing Ahmaud Arbery down like he was some savage criminal.
Right. And we're seeing acts of what people felt like were long ago things that happened. These were things that took place in textbook. Thank God we's free now. These things are very much so still active and taking place in 2020. And so I think what this also presents too is for people to see how deeply important it is that we also not just be engaged in one space, but be engaged in all spaces politically. When you look at the folks who are responsible for making sure that these folks come to justice, we think about a lot of those people who serve in elected capacities. And so if people don't know what a solicitor general, a DA is, if people don't understand the positions that city commissioners and county commissioners should take in terms of law enforcement, enforcement, mayor's office, what responsibilities that they have and the responsibilities that they have to their constituents as well. Now is the time to hurry up and get that lesson as we begin to vote during a pandemic, because these people who are in positions of power that actually delayed the time for some semblance of Ahmaud Arbery's justice, we've still got to stay on their heels to ensure that justice, however long it takes, actually is served to this family.
Well, and the reality is this here, and this is part of the problem that I keep raising over and over and over again. Without this video, these three individuals are not arrested. Mm-hmm. That what the DA said and the actions of those cops on the scene, these three individuals will be walking free because they established that this was justified, that it was self-defense. That's how they laid this thing out. And only because we see that video, and only because the video from the other neighbors' homes, as they were able to piece this thing together, coupled with the interviews with Gregory McMichael, Travis McMichael, and then this gentleman here, putting all that together, how the reconstruction is that we now know that he was actually chased and hunted down. Without that video, they are free to kill a black man.
Absolutely. But what's more disturbing is that to some degree, the video, if that's all that anybody ever saw, might have actually helped the McMichaels, because it shows Ahmaud Arbery in a much more desperate, panic state. Now it makes perfect sense why he was running as fast as he was. Now it makes more perfect sense why he would reach out his hand and get his hand blown off trying to take the shotgun away, because he was being chased. If there was no other choice that Ahmaud Arbery had in that situation, and all three men are equally culpable in that situation. And it's so ironic because I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago when the McMichaels attorneys were saying, we need to get all the facts. We need to know all the facts. Well, the facts are more and more damning the more information that we find out. And it's just so sickening to think about the amount of terror that Ahmaud Arbery was in those final moments. And to Erica's point, his sister, the McMichael sisters, taking a picture for some sort of voyeurism of Ahmaud Arbery's body, it's sickening. These people are menaces to society, and I hope that they go to jail for the rest of their lives or get the death penalty.
Again, folks, that's Roddie Brown, of course, the breaking news. He is in jail right now. He is in jail right now, arrested. Third person arrested in the shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery. In just a moment, we're going to be talking with Lee Merritt, who is the family attorney, who is the attorney for the mother of Ahmaud Arbery, to get his reaction to this breaking news. It just was announced just a few moments ago. Again, this whole case really turned from the moment the Georgia Bureau of Investigation got involved. The local district attorneys were not doing anything. They were not involved. They were not moving on this case. They had all of this evidence. They had all this information, but they simply had not moved. The first district attorney recused herself. The second district attorney pretty much operated as the defense attorney for the McMichaels, absolving them of all crimes. The third district attorney sat on the evidence, did not move at all. Joining us right now is Lee Merritt, who is the attorney for Ahmaud Arbery's mother. Lee, glad to have you on the show. When was the family notified that this man had been arrested? The third man. Okay, all right. So we're getting the shot set for Lee Merritt, and so we'll go ahead. Let me know when we actually have that all set up. But the news came down literally as we came on air. All right, now we have Lee Merritt. Lee, glad to have you on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
So when were you and the family notified that this third individual had been arrested?
The arrested place. We didn't want to say anything publicly because the man hadn't been brought into custody yet, but District Attorney Joyette Holmes called and made sure Ms. Wanda Cooper and Marcus knew.
And who you're speaking of is a special prosecutor who has been assigned to the case, who now is overseeing it. She's now the fourth district attorney who is now working on this case.
Right. And she came in really at the insistence of the family when the previous district attorney, who we believed had conflicts, was asked to step aside.
Folks, go to my iPad. This is the photo of William Roddie Bryan. He was the one who shot that video. What's interesting, Lee, is that when you look at these individuals, I mean, George McMichael admits that he leaked the video, thinking it was going to help them. This guy's attorney saying the same thing. But it really, I think, was that reconstruction by the New York Times, I think, of the George Bureau investigation, where we got a much better understanding of the final 10, 12, 15 minutes of Ahmaud Arbery's life to realize that this man was running for his life. He was being chased down by these three thugs.
Now, Roland, you'll recall the first time you had me on the show, we discussed three assailants. This family has been talking about the arrest of three men since before the video was released. But I agree that the New York Times helped people understand why we were calling for the arrest of William Bryan as well.
And that is, of course, that video, because by taking advantage of the video that Bryan shot, in addition to the home video and the timestamps, being able to piece it all together to put together, frankly, a coherent narrative that showed you what happened from this point to the end of his life to go, whoa. So I think when people saw he was running in one direction and then reverse field and start running in another direction and then reverse field again, you then began to feel and sense the desperation of Ahmaud Arbery as he tried to get away from these three individuals.
That's exactly it. And you take that in combination with the statements that Roddie and the McMichaels gave law enforcement the day of the shooting, February 23rd. They said that Roddie played the active role of trying to block Ahmaud in. He was unsuccessful, and they continued to chase him. So this was a man who played a very active role in this. And you will recall this attorney, I think just a couple of days ago, was saying that he took a lie detector test. And obviously that's not evidence, but I'm curious about what questions exactly were asked in that lie detector test.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so, again, the breaking news, William Roddie Bryan, and you see right here, the third man involved in the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, moments ago, taken into custody. He is under arrest. He is being charged with murder in the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Lee, we certainly appreciate it, and we'll certainly stay on top of this and cover any future developments.
Great, thank you so much.
All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. This is the Ceek VR headset created by Mary Spiel, the sister. We had her on the show, black woman. She actually is the inventor of this particular headset. And so what happens is you just simply place your phone right into here, and then of course close it up, and then go to their website and then their app, and you can actually experience the comedy showcase. And so they have these headsets, these VR headsets, on their site Ceek.com for sale. Then also they have these 4D 360-degree headphones. First of all, I love the two stuff because they're in black and old gold, my frat colors. But these are awesome because for gamers, it comes with detachable headset, and again, folks, it gives you 360-degree sound. Amazing sound. If you want to buy these, you have a promo code you can use. This is just for our followers, and it is RMVIP2020. RMVIP2020. Put that promo code in if you want to buy the headphones, buy the VR headset. You get that discount to buy it. They're amazing. So Ceek.com, RMVIP2020. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.